today's special guest with me is one of the most intelligent women I know. She was an ex-strategy consultant. She is also a business owner. And for those of you who do not know, she also sings fabulously and has a secret love that we will be speaking about later. So, good morning, Janice.
Good morning, everybody.
Thank you for joining us today for this episode of In Foodversation with.
You're welcome.
And before we start, I want to say congratulations, because Attic Place has actually been featured recently in the Straits Times of Urban.
Yeah, that's right.
So why don't you share with us a little bit about the history of the Attic Place?
Sure. So Attic Place is actually founded by my mom. So it started in 2003, which is about 8 years ago right now. So it basically started because she loves all these luxury bags. So when she first started, this shop was filled with all her stuff. So, and then we started out doing not just bags, we did clothes, we did shoes, we did accessories. But over time, we kind of realized that bags and accessories are the ones that are probably easier to sell because they don't have size issues.
Okay, so you mentioned that your mom started the Attic Place. Does this mean that you are co-running it with your mom? It's like a mother-daughter dynamic duo thing?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any other people on board the team that works with you?
So we just hired our first social media strategist. Her name is Noreen, and she basically comes from Parsons in New York, and she's back in Singapore. So we were very lucky to have her. So all the stuff that you see on Facebook and Pinterest is all her work, and it's been fabulous having her.
So how are the dynamics working with your mom? How's that like? Don't you want to know?
It's interesting because you have to try to separate work from like things that happen at home, and sometimes it's not very easy. And then it's kind of awkward sometimes when your customers are here and you have to go like, "Mom," because they'll be like, "Oh wow."
Okay.
Yeah. But it's nice too, because then, you know, you have people to talk to at home about, like, if you have some issues that you want to talk about. Like, we're always with each other, so that's nice as well.
Okay,
yeah.
So Urban calls the Attic Place as possibly the most internet savvy and well-connected second-hand bag outlet in Singapore. How do you feel about that?
I like that. I mean, it shows that what we've been doing works and people are recognizing us for it, because we brought on Noreen probably about a month ago.
Okay.
And before that even, we have already been connected on Facebook, Pinterest and all that, and I think Noreen has taken us to a different level where we actually have feeds, we have a blog post every week, and I think that's great because we don't just want to be a store that just sells goods, we want to be a store that connects with people.
Okay.
Basically, my mom loves fashion, and a lot of her customers like to talk to her about like what's the latest, what bag should they buy, and she has lots of things that she can share. So this social media stuff is kind of like a platform for us to share what she has learned in the past, and basically share with the people that love bags like we do.
It's interesting you mentioned just now that you all have hired a social media kind of like strategist person to help the Attic Place in its business. So you also mentioned a couple of web platforms earlier. Maybe you could share with us a little bit more, and also let us know which, in your opinion, is your most favorite web platform to use. Okay,
sure. So I mean, everyone's on Facebook, so we definitely have a Facebook page. So that's updated every day. You get like hits of what's new in the store. You get so everything that's on the other social media platform will be advertised on Facebook, because that's kind of like the main one-stop station where you know, look, if we have a blog post that's coming up, we'll put it on our Facebook so that you can get a link to go to our blog post, because that's kind of like the most widely used social media. So we use that more as like a one-stop platform where you go to see any other things that we have.
Okay.
Then we have Twitter, which we use for basically short updates. Let's say if we have a new arrival coming in, we'll use Twitter for that. Or let's say if we have a quick news bite that we just want to get out, for example, when Singapore won the Olympic gold and we just want to say congratulations, that's a platform that we use.
Okay.
And then my favorite is actually Pinterest, because you go online and you actually spend lots of time like looking at pictures, looking at what people pin, and it's very visual. So I like the fact, because fashion is a very visual thing at the end of the day. It's either you like it or you don't. You look at a bag and you judge for its artistic beauty. So I like that platform because you don't only see the bags itself, you actually see how people wear it, which gives you inspiration about how you should wear a bag that you have. Yeah. So that's nice. And then it's not as popular in Singapore yet, so it's not our most popular platform. Facebook still is, but I think Pinterest has I mean, it's a time sucker for sure, more than Facebook is. Yeah. So I definitely like spending time on it, and I think people will slowly grow to like it. We have lots of pins, and we pin about bags, we pin about like lifestyle items. So for example, how people use like the LV trunks as like a bed stand, so a bedside table.
Okay.
Yeah, so interesting ideas that people do with their luxury items, and it's just fun to be on Pinterest to see what people are doing.
Okay.
And then last of all, we have our blog, which is on Tumblr.
Ah.
So that's kind of where we share stories. So if you want to find out more about how the attic place came about, that's our first post that went out about 3 weeks ago. So there's a story about how it all came, why did my mom fall in love with luxury items.
Okay.
And then we do post on things that we come by in the shop and we wanted to dig a little bit more. So for example, we featured the Chanel 255.
Okay.
So a lot of people wonder, why is it called 255? So if you're interested,
so share with us a little bit. Share with the viewers.